Welcome back to Outhouse Customs. I'm Evil Dookie, and today, welcome back to Knott County. Um, I wanted to go ahead and show off this vehicle, and originally I had the idea of rolling out the figures first and then rolling out the vehicle, but I'm really excited to see what everybody's response is in this thing because I'm extremely proud of what I actually did. I didn't think I was actually going to be able to pull this off, but what I'll do is I'll go ahead and move the figure so you can see what all these Dreadnoks are standing in front of. But before I do that, big shout out to Bobby Wald and Turk Murphy for helping me out with this build. I bounced a lot of the ideas off them. So I definitely, when I got stuck, I reached out to them and they helped me out quite a bit. So again, big shout out to them, and I couldn't have done it without them. But right now, I'll go ahead and move the figures, and I'm going to go ahead and unveil what I call the scrap tracks. And this is what I'm calling the scrap tracks. This is made out of a couple different vehicles and a couple pieces and parts that I had laying around. It took about just over a month to build, maybe a little bit longer. I was waiting on some parts that recently just came in from Red Atlas Creations. I can't thank them enough, and that was for the tracks. So it takes a little bit of while for the 3D printing to come in. But other than that, that is the only thing, along with the turret on the top, which is off a gridiron. I believe it was from the Trouble Bubble upgrade for the snake armor. Other than that, none of this stuff is 3D printed. This is all done by me out of scrap stuff that I had laying around. And what I'll do is I will go ahead and put a video up how I did it. So that'll be another video I'll post. And I'll also put another video up on my rusting and painting techniques and how I painted this thing. But this is not just a track vehicle. It's not just a custom. It's not just a Stinger, but it is also a single seated Stinger. I took two seats out and I put one seat dead center. I also relocated the steering wheel, and I also relocated the where the shifter would be at, and I'll put a couple videos up inside this video so you can see that as I'm talking about it. So you can see there that it is actually on the inside. How I made this was brief overview, styrene. I used lightweight Mod Podge, some stuff I had laying around. I think the stuff's called Final Faction or something like that from the dollar store, which is where those bottom or side spikes are at. And then the top and the bottom spikes, of course, are off Stingers. I have a few of them. And yes, that part right there, when I was moving it, I just broke the damn glue off it. So I'm going to have to go back and fix that, but not a big deal. I can fix it. Interior's been completely repainted, reworked. Uh, the Stinger roof here, that's from a Stinger roof. I just relocated it, and you can see that this does lift up and down. The engine's not in it. I was going to try to put lights in this thing, but then as I was doing this and I decided to go with spikes, I had to scratch the lights. The tail lights here are actually off the Marvel Legends bikes that are over here. The one I did for myself out of my custom bike, that was spare parts I had laying around. So I always keep around some stuff that I have. Another thing was the back here. This is styrene molded. I just placed the styrene, taped it, and again, I'll have that in the video. This turbocharger's from the Stinger itself. I cut the doors that you can see, so it just has mesh on them. I believe that came off some lawnmower filters I had laying around. Um, you'll see the fins up top here and on the back here. These fins were actually off a Nerf. So again, there's more detail in the how I did it video, but I wanted to get this out because I'm actually kind of proud of this thing. Came out a lot better than I expected. And the few people I have seen it in advance, they were floored. These lights here are off the gridiron. I think the Hound upgrade kit or something like that. I don't remember. I had it laying around. I couldn't use it anymore. So every time I have a part laying around, I go ahead and put it in a bin. And this is how I build my custom vehicles. So I'm gonna stop this real quick and I'll take it off. Now these tracks from Red Atlas Creations are only $50. They peg right in just like the old wheels do. The side inside here, you can see it, single seat, and I left a hatch on top for the gunner to come out. So the driver is actually the gunner, so if he does pause, he can just go ahead and shoot, and this thing does rotate on there. And I painted the wear marks on it as if it had been moving back and forth, so you'll see silver lines up here, maybe on some of the videos as I was going through. But again, I'll have a couple of things I'll piece into this video if I can figure it out right, overlays. But this is what I'm calling the scrap tracks. And my driver for this, which a video will be posted on him later on, is Rough Cut. He's going to be the actual driver for this vehicle. And there's a whole lore that I'm going to go into with Knott County. So this is just scratching the surface of what I'm about to do. So if you can, please give me a like, comment, subscribe, share this thing. I'd love to see this thing go out and see what other people's reactions are. And hopefully you enjoyed it. I mean, it was a fun build. It was a little troubling at first, and I went through a couple different variations of how I was going to do it and what I was going to do to it, but I'm very well pleased with the final product. Extremely pleased with it. My son already came out and said, Daddy, that they need to make something like that for real. I was like, dude, if they made something like that for real, nothing would be on the road. The only downfall is, and I don't downfall Red Atlas because I love their products, is, and this thing's going to sit on the shelf anyhow. My kid's not going to play with this, but these don't move. The treads don't move, and there's no wheels underneath. So that's the only downfall. Other than that, great product. Gives it a completely different look. I'm not one going out there and playing with my stuff anyhow. That's what my son's for, and that's why I buy him extra stuff. But this thing, to me, is just a damn Joe vehicle killer. And right now, these tracks are a little loose. I haven't pushed them all the way in because there's a couple things I want to change just underneath components and stuff. Just for me, but I wanted to get this out before I forgot about it and before I started rolling those figures out. But go ahead, stick around for a couple minutes. I'll have the overlays and stuff like that, and I did a song up for this thing because you know me, that's what I do. If I come up with something new, I throw a song to it. So hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate it. Again, like and subscribe and share it, and comment back if you got any questions. Until next time, I'll see you in the next drop.
Rough cut in the basement. Work not big. Evil dookie in the chop shop. Start with a stinger on cinder blocks. Rust on the doors, paint peeling off. Evil dookie in the dark with a blowtorch. Turning battlefield trash into cold warps. Cobra logo half scratched on the hood. Panels from 4X barely looking good. Bolts from a his tank, tracks from a snowcat. Every busted ride in the yard, he stole that. Scrap floor, you can see the dirt road. Engine stitched from 3, but it still go. Pipe screaming out smoke, kinda pitch black. Nitro in a backpack, wired to the hitch rack. Boom, 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 boom. Scrap tracks rolling, rough cut laughing. Patchwork beast, whole frame mismatching. Built from the bones of 100 attacks. If you hear that grind, better move way back. Scrap tracks rolling, rough cut snapping. Dreadnok crew in the bed all clapping.
Thank you for responding to my transmission. It has enabled me to lock firing coordinates on your headquarters